Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our e-forum. First of all, I would like to tell you about our topic for today e-forum, which is about the Islamic law is a state matter. Before the forum begin, allow us to introduce our presenter, Miss Nuri Afrina binti Roshdi, and the second presenter is Miss Auni Masturina binti Arismira. In Islam, Islamic law is referred to as Shariah's law. Among the main features of the feature are as follow. First, Shariah come from Allah, meaning that the Sharia law is not made by the human. 2. The main sources of Sharia law are the Al-Quran and the Hadith. This means Sunnah. 3. Following the Sharia code is also an act of worship. As we know, this Islamic law is headed by a sultan who the head of the region of Islamic for every state in Malaysia. While the state do not have sultan, we will be leading by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Among the court we will discuss issue among the Muslim community is the lower court Syariah court, the Syariah High Court, and the Sharia Court of Appeal, which discuss crime, inheritance, marriage, and so on. According to their respective state, it's under the state government. Nowadays, social problems are very prevalent in the society. Among them, the crime of adultery, which often occur especially among the teenagers. And now we will proceed to our question and answer session with our panel. Okay, panel 1, can you explain the cause of the crime or adultery to our audience?
First of all, the cause of this case of adultery, if in terms of religion, is a dirty heart. If a person's heart is not corrupt and is still pure, surely he has not committed adultery. According to hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, Rasulullah SAW say that in your body there is a blood clot. If he is good, then the whole human body is good. If he is bad, and the human also become bad, then know that he is the heart. In addition, adultery also occurs to the individual. If the lifestyle of an individual who likes to be extravagant does not get close to Allah SWT and has a lot of pleasure, then this individual will tend to commit adultery. Besides that, parents also play a role in the cause of adultery. Lack of attention and religious education from parents is also the cause of this case of adultery. This is because children are lonely and cause them to associate and make friends with bad friends and later once adultery. This is one of the reasons for the occurrence of adultery case.
As we know, the action that we take must have an impact on the individual, the family, the society, and the nation. We find a lot of the crime in the country, so there is any effect toward the person that do this type of crime.
Destructive mixing and dissent. When a man is in doubt about the child born from a certain woman that he did not marry, whether the baby is his or other people's children, then man would not be educating the child and even did not want to take care of it. it will cause the human race to be wasted and the world to be destroyed. In Islam, which strictly forbids adultery, because the act will bring a lot of damaging effects, such as damaging the lineage of the family, the occurrence cases of abortions of fetuses and children, tarnish the good names of relatives, break up friendships, and this act also will be the main reason for the spreading of chronic diseases. Married couple who are still committing adultery, which means cheating with their spouses, will make marriage an insignificant responsibility. Whereas having a family is a good necessary for small children, where their nature and upbringing will not be healthy and right unless their parents nurture them properly. It will bring a bad example towards teenagers and the community.
Auni Masrina has explained about the effect toward the person that do this type of crime from decent and marriage. This issue is very important to everyone in the order know that the effect will be caused to ruin your family image. So we will proceed to the next panel 1. Can you describe the punishment for the adultery according to the Kelantan Syariah Court?
Okay, according to the Kelantan Syariah Court, adultery case under the Syariah Criminal Code 2, which was established in 1985. This adultery case is under Section 11, which is that anyone who commits adultery who cannot be punished according to Hukum Syara is guilty of an offence and may, on conviction, be liable to imprisonment for terms not exceeding 3 years or to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or to both, and to be white seat time.
In Malaysia, we have 3 laws, namely Acta, Enactment and Ordinance. Acta means any law enacted, amended, debated and gazetted as applicable law adopted in Malaysia made by the Dewan Rakyat, that means Parliament. Enactment means any law enacted, amended and debated in the State Legislative Assembly, that means Dewan Undangan Negeri, in the state of the Peninsula and Sabah after independence made by each. And the last ordinance. Ordinance means any law enacted, amended and debated made by the State Legislative Assembly, that means Dewan Undangan Negeri of Sarawak and Sabah before independence. So, Ms. Nurin has explained to us about enactment from the State of Kelantan Syariah Court. So, we go to the next question. What about the punishment for the adultery in the Federal Territory Syariah Court?
The punishment for adultery in Federal Territory has been stated in Act 559, Sharia Criminal Offences, Federal Territories Act 1997, Part 4, Offences Relating to Decency, Section 23, Sexual Intercourse out of wedlock. Number 1. Any man who performs sexual intercourse with a woman who is not his lawful wife shall be guilty of an offence and shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 years or to whipping not exceeding 6 strokes or to any combination thereof. Number 2. Any woman who performs sexual intercourse with a man who is not her lawful husband shall be guilty of an offence and shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 years or to whipping not exceeding 6 strokes or to any combination thereof. Number 3. The fact that a woman is pregnant out of wedlock as a result of sexual intercourse performed with her consent shall be prima facie evidence of the commission of an offence under subsection number 2 by that woman. Number 4. For the purpose of subsection 3, any woman who gives birth to a fully developed child within a period of 6 Qamariah months from the date of her marriage shall be deemed to have been pregnant out of wedlock.
So we have known that the punishment for the adultery, the federal secretary has been stated in the Acta 559 Syariah Criminal Official Federal Territory Act 1997 Part 4 Official relating to this Section 23 Sexual intercourse of the wedlock. So many people have to read about the Acta because it's very important for our knowledge and our future. So I want to ask to our panel, what is the difference between punishment from the marriage and unmarried Muslim adultery based on the Sharia and Civil Code for the state of Kelantan and Federal Territory. We start with the panel 1 with Miss Nuri Afina and the next panel 2 Miss Auni Masturina.
Okay, for the state of Kelantan, there are two crimes under the Sharia Criminal Code Law Enactment 2 under Section 11. First, if the offender who commits adultery is married, then the offender should be punished by stone, which is to be stoned to death with a medium size. However, if the offender who commits adultery is not married, then the offender shall be punished with a fine of 100 less, and in addition should be imprisoned for 1 year.
Adultery is one of the hudud offences that if a married person does this crime, it has to be punishable by stoning to death. But the Sharia court in Federal Territory cannot implement this punishment because it takes away the jurisdiction of the civil court. Therefore, the Sharia court can only impose a sentence of 100 lashes, which is allowed on adulterers, whether married or unmarried adulterers.
The answer is very well. So, can you both explain about the benefit of Sharia law practiced by the Malaysian Sharia Court according to the state that both of you choose?
Indeed, Islamic law has its own benefit. The punishment carried out in the state of Kelantan is very good. This is because wiping can give more repentance to offenders compared to imposing and fine on the offenders.
Sharia law, also known as Islamic law, has a number of advantages as compared to other man-made law or judicial systems. One of the basic benefits of an Islamic law in federal territory is the responsibility assigned to the state, making sure that their subjects are properly looked after. Citizens of federal territory have various basic needs, and Islamic law is there to always fulfill the needs for their citizens whenever required. Islamic State is not a collector of taxes and is not supposed to implement various taxes and fees. Furthermore, every able Muslim has this responsibility to give away charity, which is zakat, every year. There is also Baitul Mal and Wakaf in order to help citizens fulfill their needs. Furthermore, the strict law in Islam for committing crimes such as theft, rape, murder, adultery, etc. will not only result in lower crime rate but will also provide much needed sense of security.
As a conclusion, we know if someone do the crime will be effect to himself like or she will be imprisoned with being qisas ta'zi according to the level of crime he committed, and the most frequent to be sentenced to be die by hanging. That also will affect the image of family and the Islamic country. So we as a Muslim must be follow the Islamic law because that was rule that have long been used since time of the Prophet Nabi Muhammad SAW according Al-Quran and Sunnah to make the Muslim community become a disciplined society and develop the teaching of Muslim around the world. So we have reached to the end of our free forum because the time is almost up. I hope you all, the parties, gain to a lot of knowledge and benefit that can be used in our daily life and use that knowledge as best as possible. And we want to thank to our panel Miss Nuri Afina binti Rushdi and Miss Auni Masrina binti Aris Mira for sharing the important information just now to all of us. I hope we will meet again in future. I want to apologize to everyone if there is a mistake in our words. Basically become the three of us become the good in front of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. The let come to the ourselves. Okay, that's only for today. Thank you.